Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new podcast, the Fogcast,
Yeah, Fogcast,
with me, your host Majora, and with
and
side host,
yeah,
also editor, Creeper.
true. That's true. We might also have guests if we want, because if you don't know, we really like the video game Dead by
Really, yeah,
Daylight, and that's what this is all about. Dead by
yeah.
Daylight.
The
We could talk about
entire
anything Dead by Daylight.
the entire podcast, either surrounding some controversy or some ideas for different chapters or perks in any kind, or to mains of who we main in DBD, that type of stuff.
Yep.
But
Today, since it's the first episode, we of course want to keep stuff pretty simple. And
exactly.
it would probably be best if we started with the most recent chapter to release, chapter 32, 32, right?
Yeah, so, some
32.
I
Yeah,
think chapter
32.
32. Yeah, which
Dead
is
by Daylight.
Vecna.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly. Yeah, with Vecna. And honestly, this was definitely pretty hyped up chapter for everyone, and I think it's genuinely pretty good execution. And
Yeah.
speaking of, we are doing this off the side because, what is it? It's to make time, so there's still content for the channel. Because with me, I've been pretty busy with setting up my own D&D campaign, which is very ironic because Vecna came out. It's from
True.
D&D, so
True.
yeah. Uh, I guess what we could get into, what is it? What are your thoughts on Vecna Creeper?
I have been really enjoying Vecna. It's not going to be my new main, but I still enjoyed the character. I've been using his perks. They're quite interesting. If you don't mind, I will be talking about them.
Of
Dark
course.
Arrogance permanently increases the duration of killer blinds by any means by 25%. But at the same time, it increases your vaulting speed. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Like, it's just I always find it annoying when I get blinded. But on the other hand, it's actually not the biggest increase when you're actually playing the game, so it's not too crazy bad. But
Yeah.
vaulting speed increasing is nice.
The vault increase is definitely very nice, but I feel like they should ramp it up because was it's 25%? Did you say?
At purple, it is 25% increasing. Yes.
Okay, so a purple 25 increase. I'd say to really make it worth it for how long you're getting stunned, because most likely you'll get stunned once, and then the survivor is going to be off to a different tile. So what would probably be the best thing is if they upped it to 35, or even some crazy like 45. But that would stack really hard with other window vault builds. But you would have to base your whole build around it, so it wouldn't be like the worst. It would just be like, oh, they can vault a window very fast. Let's stay away from windows.
Mm.
Right.
And the second perk he has is Languid Touch. This causes this survivor to suffer from the exhausted side effect from 6 when yellow, 8 when green, 10 when seconds when purple.
Ooh,
And it
okay.
has a cooldown of 20 seconds. That's not that bad for a cooldown. Yeah.
No, not that bad. That's a pretty good
Yeah,
perk.
this one's not like, and this is it also scares off crows within 36 meters of your location. That it's not the worst, it's not the best personally. Like it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's all right.
No, my favorite perk of Vecna to that we have gotten is Reeve Attunement. So when an item is dropped within 12 meters, survivors can be seen, and anytime there's a dropped item, you can see it. You can see them within 12 meters, and then they get the Oblivious status effect for 20 seconds when yellow, 25 when green, 30 when purple. But I gotta say, the seeing the aura of survivors next to dropped items is like really cool, and I really like this perk.
Oh yeah, no, that'll really stack with Franklin's too. I definitely think some people have been using Weave Attunement with Franklin's, if anything, for the combo value. That could be
Mm.
really good. But yeah, either way with Vecna, I haven't been able, sadly, to play Vecna yet.
I have.
I've been a little busy. Creeper has. The only thing is, I have been able to play against Vecna, and from what I see, they seem like a pretty balanced killer to play against. A lot of people have mixed thoughts. Some people going high B tier, some people going A tier, some people even saying S tier.
Now,
For
I
Vecna,
wouldn't go that far. Like
I wouldn't go
he
that
does
far
seem
either.
strong when you use him correctly, but he has a pretty high skill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
not
say a
skill cap,
high,
skill threshold.
yeah,
Threshold.
exactly. It's a skill threshold, and where it's like a little bit iffy. For what I see from it, Vecna seems pretty good, but is given like kind of like mini killer powers that make up into an entire killer
One big
power.
power, yeah.
Yeah, one big power because it
Which is
takes a lot
definitely
from other killers.
interesting. And it's not
Yeah,
like
it
the
is.
things he's using are bad. It's just not they're not the greatest version of it. But at the same on the same hand, same time, you get all of them in one killer. So we still have to wait a while to see how this is going to impact the meta.
Exactly. I'd say the perks won't greatly impact the meta. Maybe still sight could do something, but from what I've seen, like I've been trying to use still sight in the randomizer mode, and we're even like in customs, and I haven't been able to see the killer at all when I stand still. I don't know if it's like a bug or if it's only just being able to see the auras of the survivor standing still. I might have
Mhm.
misread the perk.
Yeah, that's a great possibility.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, the survivor is pretty cool too, being a bard, and you
Yes,
can
an
switch from male
elf,
to
elf
female.
bard.
An elf bard,
My
yeah, which
biggest
is
problem
really
with
cool.
it is it's not a dragonborn. I really wanted a dragonborn. If you know me, when I play D&D or Baldur's Gate, I always go for a dragonborn.
Yeah, you want some dragons, which is fair. Honestly, I
Yeah.
dragons are cool.
Also,
So
the map was
it's
great. I
unfortunate.
love the map. It's just amazing map.
Yeah, maybe in the meantime though, they could probably was it add like a legendary skin to the survivor, male or female, to be able to be a dragon or not.
That's what I really want. Yes.
Kind of like a Boulder's Gate type customization. That'd be
Yes.
really
Yes. That'd
cool.
be really cool. That'd be really expensive, but I don't care. Give it to me.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be really expensive skin, but that would be very interesting. They should definitely try to develop that, or any other races if they want to. Like
Yeah. They have a good chance to do some really cool stuff with this.
exactly, yeah. But yeah, no, the Survivor is pretty cool. I don't really have much to say about Survivor though, because Survivors don't really have like
Same. I've been.
unique powers. Especially the fact like none of them are really like exactly
Mhm.
different. It's just the perks that make them different. The
I mean, they
perks.
could play. They could play the
Oh yeah, they
the
can play.
instrument.
They can
That's
play the
cool.
instrument, and I guess like add some
That's cool.
gen progress. I'm not really worried about it though. I was gonna be kind of worried about it, but when you actually think about it in hindsight, like with a lot of killers being worried about it, you can just go over to the gen and smack them. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And plus, you can even smack them out of their bard thing. It's not like they can give that permanent bonus and stuff like yes, the bonus does linger, but still you can hit it and then just hit the person on gen and you're good. There won't be
hmm
any like gen rushing. The same gen perks apply, like prove thyself from Dwight.
hmm
That's still very good to stack in a team of Swifts.
Oh, also, Vecna has a really cool Mori. I like it. I
Oh
like when
yeah,
he rips people's skin off. That's pretty sweet.
that is, yeah, no, that is sweet. But switching back to Vecna, I guess though, is like Vecna is a very cool concept and design killer, obviously voiced by the legendary Matt Mercer, who also is in Critical Role. I've never watched Critical Role, by the way. I don't know if it's good. Maybe you guys can tell me. I'm not sure, but I heard Critical Role is a really good, like really really good.
hmm
But
Wait, wait.
yeah, it's really
Is that
cool.
all we have to say with Dungeon
Oh,
Dragon, or do you have anything
Oh,
else to say
one
with the
more thing.
chapter?
One more thing, I guess. With Vecna, it's also comes into counterplay. Like each power has some sort of counterplay. When it comes to
hmm
the orb, you can just try to avoid it. It's not
The
all that
skeletons you
hard.
duck.
The skeletons you duck, and it's pretty easy to avoid, depending on the elevation. Some people can actually take advantage of Vecna's elevation. They can be like artist crows, except without like having to hit twice, which is pretty good. But the main power that comes to mind that's a little controversial right now that people are saying makes Vecna really good was the mage hand to be able to instantly kind of get pallets up and block pallets as well, because it's
Mhm.
basically like a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, the
From
only
what I've seen.
way to try to you just have to try to wait it out because it only lasts around 16 seconds, so you just kind of have to wait it out to be able to loop then be able to drop it.
Yeah, exactly. Unless Vecna has like one of the add-ons, because apparently one of the add-ons allows them to use the mage hand and they speed up, so it's like a guaranteed hit if that's the case,
Hmm.
depending. But again, that's if they bring an add-on, but still, it's definitely an issue they should work in. And what I say should be nerfed about the hand, don't nerf the hand too much, nothing like that. Just make it where it's not instantaneous to cause the hand to do their thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
It's like,
Is that all we have? Is that all we have to say about Dungeons and Dragons for now?
uh, yeah, I'd say that's about it. Vecna's new skin's pretty cool. That's kind of
Oh yeah, the with the crown. Yeah, that's
Oh
pretty
yeah, with the
sweet.
crown, that's really sweet. So I hopefully we'll get more Vecna skins other than that, but maybe
Yeah.
even a blighted Vecna. It's possible,
Oh
but
dude, I want more blooded skins. Give me them.
blighted skins for Vecna, that'd be pretty cool. Or even just a blighted skin for Myers. Come on, we've been waiting a long time. Myers been in the game since like I'm pretty sure it was the
2016
first.
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
It
Yeah,
was the
pretty.
second DLC.
Yeah, the second DLC ever in the game. Give my boy something to work with.
Hmm.
Simply.
Anyway, uh, now I think it's time we could talk about our mains and our perks that we use for our mains to be criticized by anyone who wants to criticize us.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can do that.
Should we? I think we could do survivors first, and then we could go to killers.
Yeah, I'd say that's the best thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my main for survivor is Nicolas Cage. I'm currently rep 41, I believe, or 41, 42.
Yeah.
Um, and I run some interesting perks. I run two Meg Thomas perks on my Nicolas Cage. I run Adrenaline. Everyone knows what that
Mm-hmm.
is. When the exegates are powered, you get to either to go up a health level and then be able to get 50% haste.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice, especially for late when the when like the killer leaves you behind thinking that you will die, but then you get up because adrenaline. I got up. The generators are done.
Yeah.
I
Adrenaline's a
also,
really good end game perk. Always has been.
yeah, I love it. I love adrenaline. I also run
Really good.
sprint burst. Yes, my Nicolas Cage build is mostly a Meg Thomas build. I used to be a Mega main, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
I just really like the haste it gives you. I just like it.
Creeper used to be a Meghead. For anyone
It's
who
true.
needs to know.
But I got Nick Cage last year, and now ever since then I've been playing him. So my next perk is Plot Twist. That's a perk that you get uh, on Nick Cage. When you get injured, you could drop and then drop to the ground and then heal yourself. You can only use it once in the game, and I actually don't usually use it for healing too often. What I like using it for is when I'm in chase and I think and when I find a place to hide and I think the killer won't see me, I just hide there. It's a good way of hiding, especially when when the killer's new, because then they might not look around. It's kind of funny.
exactly. Yeah, that can be really funny.
And then my last perk I started using recently is Resilience. Uh, you get it increases your speed on like basically every action when you're injured. So I like pairing this with Adrenaline um because if I'm injured, I could finish up a final gen really quicker and then immediately be healed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just really it's a really good and yeah, just overall good perk. I say the one complaint with adrenaline I have, not like necessarily even the perk itself, it's the nerf it got, where it was just like when you unhook a survivor, they don't get their health state. It's like, oh, that sucks now. Now, like, you get hooked in the
Yeah,
end game before
which
adrenaline
I mean it
pops.
makes sense. It
It
makes
makes
sense,
sense.
but
Yeah, like it does make sense like overall, but it just sucks because like usually you would be like camped and then you can get off and it's like, oh yeah, I most likely have this escape, but now it's like, oh yeah, I need to basically uh I don't know. I basically need to avoid the killer now, and it'll be very hard for me to actually get out.
Mm. Anyway,
It kind of sucks
what
somewhat.
about
But
your survivor main?
my
What do you
survivor
run
main,
on it?
for me, personally, I used to have a lot of survivor mains. My origin of DBD goes all the way back to when I think Michael Myers to when Pig was released. I played that game all the way
Bro,
back
I
when it
started
first went
I
on.
started when Pinhead released.
Yeah, bro. I was an OG through and through, but I've taken multiple breaks from the game. The first main I've had going against Huntresses was David King, the first free DLC in DBD. I'm pretty sure the only free DLC in DBD beside like the console
It's the
stuff.
second. I think it's the second free DLC
Oh
because
yeah, cause
Nurse is free, um and then Huntress is free
that
because
is
that was for
true.
the first year anniversary.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, you are right.
So I think it's only those two that have ever been free. The rest you've had to pay for.
That is true. But with David King though, anyways, I used to run the old Broken Dead Hard on them, all that good stuff. But then I ended up switching from David to Dwight, and I got a lot of prestigious in Dwight, and bro was my main for a long while, and was through my main when I was doing the first race to Red Rank about a year ago. By the way, fucking, oh my god, how the years pass.
Mm.
But now my new main has been Renato, which was from unironically my least favorite chapter, which was Skull Merchant's chapter. I
Tools of Torment.
yeah,
It's
Tears
called
of Torment, yeah,
Tools of Torment
or Tools of Torment. Ah, okay,
because
Tools
she
of Torment.
uses her tools.
Yeah, like oh my god, yeah. Well, Skull Merchant hate like has always been in my veins, so it's kind of like there's not really any stopping it. It's
Should have been
always
Springtrap.
honestly really should have been Springtrap. I'm not gonna lie. I would much rather Springtrap, but either way, with the Renato build I have, was it right now at the moment for my solo queue build, what I have is I have We'll Make It for the additional healing off of Hook, as well with Botany Knowledge, so I can really heal them really fast off of hooks to help the solo queue people. I also have Quick and Quiet and Head On. So if the killer doesn't know where I go, and let's say they do, I'm still in the locker, and I can head on stun them, and then get quite a bit of distance. Depending if they have Iron Maiden or not, that completely counters my half my build. So yeah, I also have a Sabo build, but I also as well have a just general information build slash looping. So for I'll go for at least the third one because we don't need to get into all my builds. What I have is Fogwise, a Vittorio perk. I also have a David Tap perk known as Stakeout, which if nobody knows what both those perks do. First of all, Fogwise will let you see the killer's aura for a little bit, and then it will basically dissipate when you hit great skill checks. That's how you see it. And Stakeout, if you're near the killer, you gain little, what is it, stacks of Stakeout, which will allow you to have great skill checks, even if you hit good skill checks.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll allow you to know where the killer is basically almost at all times. And then for looping potential, I have balanced landings. So let's say I'm on a hill and it's like, oh shit, the killer's coming toward me. I can go off the hill, get away, and try to get to another tile. And then if, let's say I get injured, then I have resilience to be able to help me make those tough window vaults. Simple as that. Very good build, in my opinion. If anyone has a problem with that build, I mean,
Right.
that's fine. But cry. But let's say you do have
Anyway,
some good stuff. Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
I guess was it have we went on to killers or just survivors
Yeah,
right now?
we could move on to killers now if
Yeah,
you
I
want.
guess we'll start with
Uh,
you, Creeper.
yeah, I play Xenomorph. If you can't tell, if you watch my videos a long time, my gameplay in the background is me playing Xenomorph. Either that or Nicolas Cage, obviously. And unlike Nicolas Cage, um, I actually have not repped him up too much. I only have repped him around 6 times, which isn't a lot. And we can get into the perks right now that I use for my Xenomorph. I use Alien Instinct. It allows you to see the aura of injured an injured survivor when you hook a survivor. It's really nice, especially in the end game when people are more likely to be injured, so that I could be able to just walk over to them and hit them again. Like this, how I was fighting against a couple streamers one time, and I hooked one of them, and I look around to see, and I see that the guy's just in the basement in the shack. So I just walk over and kill him. And then the streamer asked me, "Oh, what perk allowed you to see him when you hooked me?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Alien Instinct. I love Alien Instinct." And that's the only alien perk I actually run. Most of
That's
my
fair.
perks on my Xenomorph come from my ghost face. Anyway, yes.
Oh, no, no, I'm saying that's fair. Like, for Alien Instinct's
Yeah,
pretty good, honestly.
let's go. I like that one.
Pretty good build.
So I run 2 ghost face perks on my Xenomorph. You might say, well, those are ghost face perks. Why are you using them on your Xenomorph? Why don't you use more Xenomorph perks? And to that I say, I like aura perks. I'm all ears allows you to see the aura of survivors after they do fast faults and stuff like that. It's really
Yeah,
nice. I like it. And
very good.
also I run thrilling trimmers because when I pick up a survivor, it just stops them from doing gens for a bit. It's just nice to have around. The only downside to that one is I can't damage gens then as well. But like you win some, you lose some, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
And then my last perk I run on my Xenomorph is probably the most controversial. I don't really know. I actually distressing.
Ooh,
It
distressing.
it increases my terror radius, but I get more blood points.
I
It
mean, you gotta do what you gotta do for blood
it
points
do,
nowadays.
it really doesn't do much. But it's really funny because one time once again I was fighting a streamer and I popped in their chat to see what they thought of the game when I killed them all, and they're like, "Wow, well I just kept on getting jump scared by your terror radius."
Oh my
I
god.
just thought that was funny, and she was like, I've never seen a build like this before." I just thought that was funny. It stuck out to me.
Yeah, I mean, that just means you have a really unique build and it's a little bit away from the usual meta stuff,
Xenom, yeah, especially for
Yeah,
xenomorphs.
especially for Xenomorphs, yeah, which is really good.
I
It's
just
good to
don't.
have variety in your
Yeah,
builds.
yeah. I don't really see a lot of xenomorphs run ghost face perks.
Oh yeah, so it is pretty good. I mean, especially for sniping with your tail too. Like, if you know they fast volt it, you can do some mind game on them and possibly hit them through a window or hit them when they're about to go to a pal and stuff like that, or hit them around the corner with your tail. You can do some mind games with that. Really good.
I love just hitting people with my tail when they think they're safe on the other side of a pallet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I played my fair share of Xenomorph. I used to have a fantastic build before they nerfed Save the Best for Last. Honestly, I'm still a little salty about that. Fucking I think honestly who basically brought it to behavior's attention to get that perk nerf even though it was never problematic was Otz. Like Otz was mentioning it and then everyone was like, yo, Otz, please shut up. Please don't do this to us, man. We need this perk, man. We love this perk. And then it's like Otz is like, nah, bro, this is a little OP. But I remember Otz called it out to someone, like someone using save the best for last, and then they didn't even have it.
Mm.
It was a
Wait,
popular clip.
so yeah,
Anyways.
yeah, that's pretty funny. But so, what killer do you run with right now with your and what
Oh.
perks?
Oh, what killer do I run?
Or are you
Well,
like in between killers?
I'm a lot in between killers. I switch around a lot cuz I really like variety in play styles and everything like that. And I mean, it's not that any of the killers are bad or anything. I mean, I really like using almost all of them. It's just certain killers I particularly have a distaste for and don't really want to use. Some of them I just play to prestige and get their perks, and
Mm.
then that's kind of it. Maybe I'll try to go for getting their
Adept.
charms as well and adepts, yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, my two mains, as of recent, have been the unknown and the good guy, because they,
Dude, screw you, screw you. I like the unknown. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
Rest in peace to the
yeah,
voice actor because
re-
she sadly passed away.
yeah, rest in
But
peace to the voice actor. She
but
was really good.
screw you on Chucky. I hate Chuckies. They're so annoying to deal with. I
Okay,
just don't like them.
okay. Now let me explain. Okay, I'm like the one the one dude from Guardians in the Galaxy. I know it looks bad. Okay, either way, with the unknown, the reason I adore playing the unknown, first of all, beside the amazing voice acting from the voice actress, honestly, I love the voice. By the way, it was so cool. It's the fact I can basically kind of snipe with this projectile. It's not like any other projectile in the game, like a kind of projectile based killer. It's basically like, it's kind of like a little bit of Nemesis where you have to hit him first and then hit him again. But the thing about it that's really cool is the survivors basically need to come out to look at you so they can remove their status effect, the little bubble on their heads. But while I'm doing that, I'll also just shoot them with was it my bubble and then get him downed. And especially one of the add-ons that has UV, I think that's what the power is called. Um, it basically it makes them where when they finish a gen, they basically all get the bubbles on their head, and then you just shoot at them just as they're about to finish the gen, and they all go down, and then you get a 4K. It's fantastic playing unknown. Very satisfying too when you learn their strategies and everything like that. But as for Chucky, I'll tell you why I play Chucky. Well, first off, bro's a little shit. I can't not love to play Chucky. He's just a little shit, and I love them for that. And obviously, Brad Dorff, I'm pretty sure that's the voice actor for Chucky. Uh,
I don't
they
know.
they do a fantastic job as always with Chucky, with the voice lines in this game. And the one thing I'd say about Chucky's power that really sucks that they nerfed was the scamper. And a lot of people were saying, well, that was for like Chucky's that weren't really good, but it's also like it's taking away a core element of Chucky's power to scamper under a pallet, because bro literally does it in the trailer. Like, come on.
Mm.
If you're gonna have a power you're eventually gonna take away, make it a mini part of their power that is not really shown off. The way you just show it off in the trailer, or when he just stabs the shit out of Dwight, you should at least think, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't remove this part of the power or whatever. But instead, all they did to balance it was basically like, they're like, okay, we're removing a very good power from Chucky. Uh, and I kind of compare it to was it Vecna's Mage Hand, where it was a little unfair because when you vaulted the pallet or scampered under it, you could get a free hit on survivors most of the time. But some survivors would usually know you were going to try to scamper, so they would just be able to outrun you anyways. But I'd say like the best perk to probably use to counter a Chucky who wants to scamper, that was when they could scamper, was probably what you would do is pre-drop the pallet, and just as they're going to scamper, go around the corner and try to use Lithe. Unironically, Lithe is a bitch to go against as Chucky, but just don't run in a straight line or you're gonna get got. A lot of Survivor mains don't know that. I mean, like, dude, I've been playing Survivor for a long ass time. I've been playing both. I can play both sides. All right. Survivors
Same.
need to know when to curve a little bit. Running in a straight line, especially when everyone was complained about Wesker, as soon as people realize, hey, maybe I'm not going to run in a straight line, Wesker literally had to have a tech where they would hug walls and literally break the physics of the game to be able to get you. Wesker sadly isn't as powerful anymore because of people actually knowing how to not run in a straight line. Because that was what was 100% making Wesker really powerful. But either way, though, yeah, no, Chucky. Getting back to Chucky, though, I'm getting a little off topic. Uh, Chucky basically is a very good killer and can basically get you across the map.
Annoying.
Really annoying, yeah, but really fun to play. And the first third-person killer, which I just love because I personally actually like if I were to change one thing about a killer, I'd want them to be third person or an option to be third person because I love just being in third person to know what's going on in my surroundings because when I'm killer, sometimes I'm not able to see something that's very easy to see when I'm first person because I just genuinely can't see the other stuff. With Chucky, it's also still pretty fun because technically you can kind of see around ish, but it's not exactly the best either because Chucky's also a slow killer because he has stubby legs. So yeah, he's not the best, but he's not the worst. I'd say like when he had Scamper, he was definitely an A+ because of his height mostly and
Mm.
a little of power. Obviously the Scamper. Now their power is kind of reduced to activating your ability, breaking the pallet when they pre-drop it, and then was it slice and dicing after them. That's kind of how it works now. But I'll get on to the Chucky build. I've been yapping a little bit about Chucky. Just really, really cool killer, really good power. Love them. Anyways, my stuff isn't really gen focused. It's more about fun and the hunt of hunting out a survivor. It's a little bit of a meme build, I guess, but also still very viable in an actual match. I've got Dragon's Grip from Blight. Then I've got Mad Grit from Legion. Then I have Batteries Included, which comes with Chucky. Uh, and then I have Disillusion, which is also really good to have on Chucky. That I feel like all Chucky mains should run, if anything. First of all, Dragon's Grip, when you recently damage a gen and Survivor touches it, they become exposed. Mad Grit, when you're carrying a Survivor and you hit the Survivor, another Survivor, as you're carrying another Survivor, it pauses the Survivor on your back's wiggle time. So you can basically do this and stop Sabo squads by hitting them. And it'll still be viable. You'll still be fine. And then Batteries Included, when a gen's done and you're in its general vicinity, you get a haste, which is really good for Chucky, because they honestly need it, because it's like, holy, they just need it because they're really small and they are not that fast unless they're in their power. Then finally, Disillusion, which can help with mind games and any survivors who hold W. Basically, all you need to really do as Chucky is pressure them to go and quick vault over the pallet, and most survivors don't want to waste pallets like that. So what will happen is they'll mind game themselves, and you'll get them down, and then put them on the hook, and that's basically a guide to play Chucky. In a nutshell, just keep the pressure up, and if you can't win a chase, drop it. You see a teabagging survivor, you don't have to give a shit. Just go after another survivor, and you're good. And then that's kind of the main essentials how to play Chucky. I guess if you want, I could not show the unknown build, but tell about the unknown build.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah, I'll go with unknowns build because basically with Chucky, uh, very good, but sometimes I like to play a little unknown. For unknowns perks, mine's more about information because I can usually hit my shots and also track survivors efficiently. I have what is it? One of unknowns perks, which is unforeseen, is when you perform what is it? When you like break a generator, your terror radius will transfer the generator for 30 seconds, and its radius is set to 32 meters. So basically, you will have no terror radius, which will scare the shit out of a survivor. You also have lethal pursuer, uh, which is a nemesis perk, where at the start of a trial you can see all survivor auras, so you can make sure to have early game pressure. Then Scourge Hook Floods of Rage, which is for Sadako, also known as the Yanryo. And what is it? When you hook a survivor, uh, or yeah, it's like when you hook a survivor and then they're unhooked from the Scourge Hook, all their survivors have their auras revealed for 7 seconds, which is kind of funny because the reason it's specifically 7 seconds is because of the 7 days of Onryo.
Yeah. Mhm.
If people didn't know that, that's the thing. A little neat reference, which is really good for again seeing more auras and being able to hit through walls because the thing has a blast radius. Anyways, then just have a little bit of gen regression for this and just have overcharge for the doctor, which is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you hit a gen, it digresses, and if the survivor goes on it, they'll get a difficult skill check that will probably digress the gen more unless they're cracked, and then they'll hit it. And that's basically my unknown build. I guess we didn't really talk about add-ons,
Yeah,
so
these aren't as important because
yeah,
okay,
I
I
guess
know
they're
they
not as
are
important.
important, but it's just because like when you play so much, you start and if you don't buy enough of the blood web, you start losing a lot of your add-ons and you kind of change them up over time.
Yeah, it does depend. Like a lot of people ran a lot of like Tombstone Myers because it's funny to kill
Mm,
someone like really early in the game, even with
yeah,
Tombstone Piece, where it's like, oh shit, this Myers is Tombstone Piece. They're not fucking around type
yeah.
thing.
Like I could when it comes to my xenomorph, I just put anything on him, not gonna lie. But when it comes to my Nick Cage, I usually run right now I'm running a purple flashlight with a purple lens and a green battery.
Nice. So you've been going for the flashlight saves and everything. That's good.
Yep.
That's good. But yeah, no. Either way, yeah, unknown, very good killer. I got what I like to dub the femboy outfit on them. It's pretty good.
Mm.
It's got like the skirt and the pink shirt and everything. If you're an unknown player, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. Uh, and yeah, pretty good. I like it. Everything's really good about that. Same with Chucky. I've been having a lot of fun with them. I used to play a lot of Trapper before, like early game, but I'm pretty sure everyone's played Trapper at one point.
Yeah, that's because you start out literally start out with them.
Yeah, and I used to think like Nurse was really hard. Played them. Now they're very boring to play. Honestly, out of most killers, I'd say the three most boring killers to play for me. Playing like I guess I'm at like a semi-pro level. I'd say Onryo is really boring to play. You just like try to farm condemned stacks, or it's just really boring for Onryo's gameplay. Then actually, no, that's four. That's four. I've come up with another one. Freddy Krueger, obviously very boring.
Mm.
Super boring. It's like, oh yeah, the power slow him down, or Dream Palettes. It's like both of them are like boring as hell that you have to set up. Uh, Honestly, I feel like with Dream Palettes, how it should work is some palettes are already Dream Palettes, so then survivors don't know which ones are which, and it can be
Mhm.
very fun for gameplay for Freddy. But anyways, then for the last two, it would be Nurse, which I already mentioned. Once you learn how to play them, there's not really a really big skill ceiling you can go to, unless I guess you get like blinks from around the map. That's pretty satisfying, but most of the time you won't be hitting those unless you're a really good nurse, and I don't really care to put in the hours for nurse. So,
Mhm.
yeah, they're really boring. And then finally, the final killer that I've been playing a bit recently to get their perks and everything that I regret playing, you probably know based on the previous the previous beginning section, I've been playing Skull Merchant. And Skull Merchant is so boring, but so easy to play.
Mhm.
Uh, it and it's the fact they give you like a million status effects, and as well, uh, you just put a drone down and then you win a chase basically. Unless they go away from the drone, you literally basically win the chase. If they're screwing with your drones, just screw with them, and then they can't do the drone in time. They'll get exposed. They're an insta down. If they get spotted by the drone, they'll be broken. They'll be insta down. It's an insta down either way. It's very easy to play Skull Merchant and pretty boring. You
Mhm.
can just put your brain on autopilot if you ever want to play them. But yeah, that's I guess that is basically it for my killers and all that. A lot of yapping,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, that's what I do. That's Majora's guide to playing killer, I guess.
And it's almost like this is a podcast or something, and you're supposed to yap or something.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm supposed to get. Yeah, no. But yeah, no. Dead by Daylight has been a very close to heart game for me because I've loved it for years, and I'm so glad that it's finally getting the attention it has. Even if the community can sometimes be a toxic cesspool or full of degenerates, I'm
But really
glad to.
wholesome. It really, it's
Yeah, or
really
really
like a
wholesome.
50-50%
Yeah, it
chance.
is really a
It's like a
50-50.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll actually no. One thing I can say, a lot of people say that a bunch of Twitch streamers are toxic. They're uber toxic, everything like that. I've went into so many Twitch streamers chats at the end of games after I beat them. Sometimes I'm angry because some of them teabag me and flashlight me, but usually I win in the end because I'm just the best killer. Um, then
They're usually
uh
really chill though.
yeah, they're really chill. Yeah, no, you go in there and I'm expecting like a fight. It's like, oh well, I have to throw a few words at them. Do I have to put up my dukes? No, they're really chill and usually like just really wholesome to be around and everything like that. They're really cool about it.
Mhm.
And one thing, if you're playing killer at all and you don't want survivors to be mad at you, and usually they will not be mad at you if you tunnel, say these words and guarantee there will probably never be a survivor mad at you again. Hey guys, sorry, I had a challenge.
Yeah, just lie about yeah.
Lie about having a
I did that
challenge.
once.
Yeah,
I did that
lie.
once, even though I was just telling one because I saw one was a TTV and I told them.
Yeah, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Okay, fucking. If you need to,
True.
uh, if you think the survivor's gonna be pissed at you, and I guess you still want to be friendly with them, say sorry, I had a challenge, and
Mhm.
their anger will immediately go to neutral, just like okay, yeah, no, that's fair,
Yeah.
because everyone does what they have to for their challenge. If you say I have a challenge or anything like that, and then like you have a challenge.
They get it. They get it.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's the best fucking way to get yourself out of a bad situation. Literally
Anyway, I think
try.
that's
Yeah,
all we have, right?
yeah. Basically, I'd say. I mean, we've covered everything. We
Yeah.
can. I guess. If anything, we can kind of see what's going on in the DVD community, and yeah, we can
Yeah.
talk about more
Do
stuff.
that.
But
Yeah. Next
yeah,
next
we'll do that
episode. Yeah.
next episode. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the first episode of the podcast, though. Just kind of us yapping about DBD. We can have
Yeah.
any sort of guests you guys want here. If you feel like you're a DBD content creator who has a lot to say about the game, you can hop out right on, and we'll allow you to speak your mind about what you want for the game, or what in particular bothers you about the game, anything, whether it
Mhm.
goes to gripes or like positive validation about the game. Maybe the game's too monetized. Maybe you want something in the game like Springtrap. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can.
Yeah. Just let us know, or if you want to critique our build, so we could grow you, Just comment
Yeah,
down below.
yeah. So we
Or
can
talk to
absolutely
us.
grill you. Yeah, or talk to us, anything like that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be good.
really it. Yeah.
Yep, and that's kind of it. Anyways, have a good one, and until next time, we'll see you in the fog.